And now I would like to ask Tadeáš Marek with Boost.space on stage. I see you. Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. So my name is Tadeáš Marek and I'm a founder of Boost.space system. It's a startup. But more importantly, I'm the last thing standing between you and your lunch break. So let me get to the point quickly and allow me to introduce our startup vision and the reason why we are doing what we are doing. What we see around us is that companies are using more and more IT tools. More and more cloud tools are being developed every day. And these tools are usually dedicated for one special purpose, because you can't run a car service with just one tool. You have to have a dedicated tool for this, for that, and that's perfectly fine. Companies are typically introducing tools for CRM, project management, marketing, invoicing, and they need to somehow make these tools work together. But in cloud, most tools work separately. They're in their own separate islands. So companies have to build data and files for each of these tools individually. And the only thing that can be done is to connect one tool to another and to another. According to our research of 1,600 companies that we did last year, more than 55% of companies uses more than 20 cloud tools at the same time. And now, imagine this in your teamwork. How do you explain to your employees where they should put in your contact? There. How would you make a data visualization? How would you make a graphs out of this? It's a chaos and it's a problem. So we are looking to find a solution. I was thinking there has to be some better way. Okay, and now let's take a step back a little bit and imagine how would you work with your phone if all apps worked like I see in this image. If all apps were separate, you would have to manage data for each tool individually. So you would have to manage contacts one by one for each app. You would have to take photos and files one by one for each app that you have in your phone. And then maybe in a best case scenario, you would be able to export data from one tool and import it to another. But at the end of the day, that wouldn't be very productive, right? Well, how they are sorting this in the phone, where we see it, it's thanks to the operating system that centralizes data into one central location. And all those apps in your phone, they have this one location where they look for the data and they can take it from there. So thanks to this, you can save a contact and immediately, all the other apps know about it and immediately use that same contact everywhere else. Thanks to this, you can take a photo and upload it to Facebook and Instagram at the same time. You don't have to take two separate photos. And I was saying, okay, we have this example right on our fingertips, right in our phones. So why the hell there's nothing like this yet implemented in business cloud environment where it actually costs money because it's ineffective, to work with a team in this situation. And that's why we built, I had the phone slide, and now that's why we built a central cloud platform for businesses called Boost.space, providing that central space for company cloud data. So basically, instead of building a separate piles of data in each of these tools individually, these tools you can now employ to cooperate on building a large central set of data, central pile of data right in our platform. And with the data in central space, it's easy to manage them. Even a third party and other tools can use this centralized data. And employees, they have one central location where they can find and manage everything, And if you remember the presentation from morning when Tomáš Sedláček said that world is going global and everything is connecting and we are looking for global laws that are applied to everything, you have this similar concept applied right here. And in my opinion, centralized data should be the basis for any automation or for the data visualizations, because do you want to make graphs of individual tools everywhere, or will you want to have the entire story from the central set of data right in the central platform? Well, centralization is not only good for the end users of the software, but it's also good for the developers of the third-party software, or just developers generally. Because imagine you are a developer of one of these tools. What would you prefer? To build a bridge, one bridge from your platform to Boost.space, to get immediate access to all this data from all the other tools? Or would you want to build separate bridges, hundreds of bridges to each app individually? So that way, we are getting technical partnerships, new integrations, and that way, it also helps our marketing, and that's our win-win scenario. All of that sounds good, I guess, but I guess you must be asking, how can one startup do that? And the truth is, we are actually not doing that alone. We had a great presentation from Jonathan. He mentioned that API connection is a hot topic, okay? And basically, there's not just API connection. There are different options that we have, but we are building Boost.space on top of the industry standards, okay? So if you can imagine, for example, Integromat is a check tool that is making connection. It's like the cables in my octopus diagram. They are connecting one tool to another. And basically, what they were sold last year for more than $100 million. And more than 300,000 companies are using it. And they are just the cables. So just to use the metaphor from electronics, we are now currently in the world where cables exist. Those would be the data connections, API connections. And we are in a world that appliances exist. Like different cloud tools could be a different appliances in this metaphor. But we are missing one thing. We are missing a central electrical unit. So imagine that in your house, you would have to connect your fridge to your TV and your TV to your computer. And how would your flat look? Because there is no central unit. I mean, your flood could look like this, connecting everything to everything. And that's exactly where we see the potential and what we are doing. We are building just that one piece, just that central unit for company cloud data. And it's based on industry standards. So we are not alone in that. Just a few quick real-life examples how technology can be used. It can be used to build central company databases of contacts, products, leads, invoices. We even have centralized stock movements for logistics. And similar to what operating systems are doing, as I mentioned, the operating system in a phone, we also have a feature set of features to work with this data. So if I go back to this diagram, we created 25 modules for project management, collaboration, sales, and analytics. These modules cooperate perfectly together and can be combined in a modular way to create solutions that adapt to different type of company needs. So some of these solutions could be when a company wants to integrate their e-shop data with the physical store, or where you want to share data with your dealer network, or as Jonathan mentioned, those ecosystems of connecting data across many divisions of the companies. This is where you could use technology for centralization of the data. Quickly about Boost.space, and then let's go to the lunch. We have actually one nice solution. This is one of the second biggest go-kart producers in the world. They are our clients, and they are basically managing the spare parts database and product database. So all the 120 dealers can connect to our central platform, and if this IPK company, if they add a new product, if they change the price, it's immediately changed in 100 e-shops in entire dealer network. So that would be like a real-life example. We have two revenue streams. So we are B2B, so we are software as a service, and we are also planning a third-party module store. So as I mentioned, we are modular, and we're just going in the same direction, like operating system that we're going to offer, like the App Store or something like that, for the developers of third-party tools to work on top of the centralized data. So we do the hard job, and they can make their dedicated tool exactly how they would do that, but they don't need to worry about centralization and getting the data for their tools. So we have currently over 50 paying clients. We are looking for new partnerships for distributions because we are starting a marketing launch, and you will hear about us soon. And so we are looking for partners to speed up distribution, product partnerships, to make a mutual product together. And we are also raising our Series A, so we are looking for the investors. So to have some nice finish, cloud tool market is growing 3 times faster than all other IT markets combined together. And I believe that one day you won't be able to imagine managing data for each cloud tool separately, just like you can't imagine doing that in your phone. Boost.space, central cloud platform for businesses. And thank you so much.